and the compassion just gives up. Yeah. So that is the kind of process of, relinquishing all those experiences. We are just abandoning that. Buddha thought only thing that Buddha, kind of, there is, that is the only word. If you want to sum up the entire teaching of the Buddha, give up. Let that be. Let anything that strikes your awareness, let that be. Just let that go. Base of infinite state, base of infinite consciousness, nothingness, they are extremely pleasurable. They are very, very peaceful. They feel so happy and so kind of good to experience. Why we want to give that up? Yeah, this is the only kind of I mean, this is a bliss. This is so blissful. I want to stay in this bliss for trillions and trillions of years. People do that. Yeah. And Alar Kalamar did that, Daka Ramaputta did that. They stuck in that bliss. But that bliss is conditioned. That is where the wisdom comes. And I share this in Majjhima Nikaya 146. If you read that note, this bliss or those sort of extraordinary experiences, some teachers are selling this as a product. Yeah, they said, oh, I can experience this in Nirodha for many days. I am the foremost, the most advanced teacher. Nobody can match my kind of experience. I am the best teacher in the world, and they are selling it. That sort of things. But what happens is that kind of those sort of experiences, having those experiences does not necessarily qualify you as an Arya. What is an Arya? Arya means who has understood this process of dependent origination. And I gave you the example of dependent origination with a very simple example. Yeah, it's a dependent mind and mind object. Mind consciousness arises. If you let that go, let that process be without paying attention, without interfering that process, you have broken the dependent origination. And when you realize this, wisdom is the understanding and seeing that process and realizing this fact. Yeah. So bliss and attaining Nirodha for 7 days, 8 days is not the ultimate goal of the Dhamma. What we need to understand, what we need to realize is, what is this conditioning? Why this experience arose, and how this experience can be prevented for good, and that is Nirodha. Yeah. So once you know the way out to prevent those experiences, then you have seen the Four Noble Truths. How do you know? How do you see the Four Noble Truths? Your experience is suffering. Yeah. There is suffering. We know that there is a suffering in all day-to-day activities, and there is the cause for the suffering is our engagement with the experience. Yeah, that is the kind of the element of craving is there, and the letting go of that sort of experience, letting go of that sort of engagement, letting that mind and mind objects allow the cessation to occur by not projecting your consciousness. Yeah. So when we know this is the approach, and when we understand the dependence, seeing that sort of process falling apart, yeah, seeing that sort of dependence falling apart is the third noble truth. And the fourth noble truth is, how did you go about that? You went through all this sort of relinquishing of all the experiences. You experienced first jhana, you let that be. You went to second jhana, you let that be. You went to third jhana, you let that be. You never got carried away with that sort of experiences. You abandon them. So this is the process, and that will put that will break the bridge of most subtle concept. And that's the subtlest concept is the mind consciousness. Mind consciousness is just a phenomenon that is created by mind, and we were deluded. And because of our delusion, we created that mind consciousness. Yeah. So seeing this process is the Four Noble Truth. There is nothing fancy about Four Noble Truth other than seeing this in our own everyday experience. It's just there is nothing mysterious about Four Noble Truth. There is nothing mysterious about dependent origination. It's happening all the time. It's everywhere. Yeah. Once we realize this, the dependence of mind latching into mind object, mind sneaking and creating the sort of mind object, then we can break this in a chain. Yeah, this dependency. So can this happen in our daily life? Maybe in 99.99%, nobody has been able to enter cessation other than Bahiya or some kind of meditators. But generally, we have to have that sort of calm and composed mind to see that. Yeah, we need to just be at ease. Nothing in this universe. If we start to, we need to be carefree. We need to be careless. Once we be careless, we have to just ease and calm. Nothing in this awareness has, kind of, that sort of capacity to disturb your mind. Yeah, so mind will become like a rock. Yeah, it's just none of the storm, all storm dara or whatever we call it, has nothing to do with your mind. Mind remains that sort of fortified by all this sort of mind object, and that is the awakening. Yeah, it's just once we realize that all the phenomena have gone for good, all these phenomena have settled by themselves because we did not pay attention to them. We let that process be. These are just noise in the background. Yeah, all these phenomena, all the jhanas, all those sort of experience, these are just process running in the background. Let that process be. Don't latch into that one, and they will just fade away, and there will be a I say there is I mentioned about the fuse. Yeah, our process, our current of dependent origination is like an electric current. It has found the opportunity to pass through that sort of wire, and this Nirodha, the process of awakening to Nirodha is that process of blowing that sort of fuse. Once the fuse has blown, there is no more current passing into that your experience. And the first is awakening is that solidifying. It solidifies your conviction to the Dhamma. Is that this process is definitely it is not a fantasy. It is not an illusion. It is the process you have witnessed it first time. So that's how we become kind of established in the Dhamma. Buddha calls it stream winning. You break the bones. Once you have broken the bone, let's say in Majjhima Nikaya 146, in Nandaka he says that he went to Bhikkhuni quarter and said, look, there is a cow. It has been killed by some people, and that butcher has carved all the ligaments and tendons of that skin around the skin of that cow, and he put them back, put the skin back. Is that cow joined up or not? And he asked that to Bhikkhuni. They are not. They will never be joined up. It's gone. It's gone for good. That ligament is gone. There is no way. Even science, 2400th century, they cannot bring them back. So the awakening to the Dhamma is irreversible. Yeah. Once you have awakened, you cannot go back. You cannot go back to say that I want to go and do that sort of all these worldly activities. You naturally carry that sort of a tendency to stay away from that sort of worldly pursuit. Yeah. So it is it is irreversible in that sense. We have left the sansara for good. Yeah. So there is no coming back. So once you have left the earth, you're not going to come back to earth, are you? So yeah, that's how I see is that, this process of awakening, it strikes, it's like a lightning strike. It just smashes all your kind of illusion or all your delusion about the world. Yeah. And and it just gives you that sort of sense, that a relief, that you will feel that your life has changed for significantly good. Yeah. Your possession, your attachment to luxury, your attachment to possess and be rich quickly by cheating others, your kind of longing for having that sort of cheating others just fade away. You become a saint. Yeah. So that is the quality of Dhamma I want to impart here. Yeah. Not just sort of some fancy stuff like, I can stay in the bliss for 7 days and I am the highest, nobody can equal my experience. Let that go. Yeah. Let that sort of boasting, let that sort of things go, and just be at ease. Nobody can steal the experience that you have. Once you have realized this, fire will not break you. The king will not rob you. Even the scientists cannot rob your this. Yeah, because I know even in scientific community they steal their intellectual property. Yeah, but this Dhamma, once you have experiences, nobody can steal from you. Okay, I think I have done my kind of.
Thank you, Indu.
Any question? Yeah.
Such a good explanation about Nirodha. And the main thing is how we abandon our defilements in every moment. The 6 hours working well. So I'm sure everyone benefit of your talk. And in here, I would like to ask anyone agree that the next sections are next coming Sunday, and we should invite Indu again to take us to a guide meditations. Is there anyone agree on that?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay. So
Yeah.
Indu, do you have time on next Sunday? So
Let me check my calendar. Yeah.
we would like to continue one time meditation from you. Whatever you experience, and hope you can lead us in any kind of association, even for the first jhana, and whatever way that is very important for the Lama Rupa. At that moment, when the contact, at that moment, the mental factor contact, and that moment we abandon, and that is cessations. But of course, the Nirodha, we have a gradual training as well. So Sunday, the coming Sunday, is possible or not?
I have a plan here. Sorry, I will be traveling.
Okay, so which Sunday you are free? So we announce it in our group.
Yeah, 22nd I will be away. 29th I will be away. 5th of January. Does that sound like I can block my calendar here?
5th of January, that is on Sunday as well. So
Yeah.
okay, so we're going to announce that we would like to invite Indu to again have the guided meditation and theory, Nama Rupa. At that moment, release. And then let's see if we all have the cessation at that moment. I'm really looking for it.
What I will say,
And the sinus. Okay, let's do something. Yeah.
Yeah, please test yourself. Yeah, it is I'm not so kind of
No, actually, I tell you what.
Everything we can test ourselves.
What you're saying that is the practice. In one school, it is Nama Rupa dissolve at that moment. There's a one practice in other school. I practiced one time. The thing is, they are holding the questions of that. So it's funny.
It's in a I think it is not the intellectual type of thing. What happens is that when you are in a very subtle, in a kind of calm, composed state of any jhana, just take any jhana, let that process be. Yeah, there will be some ripples. Yeah, In any jhana, you start to see ripples. When you are in a very, very comfortable, you check your mind. Yeah. In your mind, you can do that sort of checkbox exercise. Are there any traces of restlessness? Are there any traces of doubt? Are there any traces of all these hindrances? Yeah. And then you look at the reverse process. Is mindfulness strong enough? Is the joy balanced? Yeah? Is there enough joy? Is the kind of energy, is there enough energy? Is there enough kind of alertness, awareness of the mind object? Yeah. And is there enough tranquility? And is mind balance? Just check those 7 awakening factors. Are they fairly okay? When you are in that comfortable state, it feels really, really great, very, very comfortable, so much as ease. And that time is very, very right moment to allow the mind and just contemplate the Buddha's words. Mono pubangama sabbe dhamma. All phenomena arise from mind. Yeah. Mind creates all these phenomena. Just observe that and see there is nothing special about this jhana. All these experiences, they arose because mind created that. When you are in that sort of, when you can observe that process and have that sort of, understanding, the mind, you start to, what you feel is that you will have that brief moment of very, very bright and luminous mind. It's called Pavassara Chitta. You can witness that Pavassara Chitta in the jhanas. Yeah. You are in the normal jhana awareness. Your mind is luminous, but not extremely bright. But when you are contemplating this experience, it just goes like a, have you witnessed this kind of solar eclipse? Yeah. The earth is in a dark, and all of a sudden the sun blows out. It just brings that extremely luminous nature of mind. That is the Pavassara Chitta. Yeah. And when you start to contemplate that in a very, very tranquil and settled jhana state, your mind will start to blow that sort of, radiant mind, yeah, the Pavassara Chitta. And if you don't be too excited, if you do not be too, restless about that process and just maintain that sort of balance, the fuse blows right at that time, yeah. So just give it a go, yeah, and that fuse can blow anytime, yeah. If you don't involve, it can happen anyway, yeah. So yeah, just see if it works for you or not. But yeah.
Okay, thank you, Indus, and we're going to
Thank
fix
you.
the time for your next lessons
Yeah,
on
5th
January
January.
5th.
Yeah.
We were going to
Okay.
announce that, and whoever have the book of this, please read and try to have questioning Q&A sessions with Indo as well at that moment, because the
Yeah,
book is
absolutely.
really like a 400 pages up, so it takes time for you to digest. But whenever you have questions, everyone is welcome for you to have the open discussion and the Q&A on January on the 5th. So it's wonderful time that we share Dhamma, we practice Dhamma, and whoever have the experience with the Dhamma and with this book, indication of what new experience you have, please share at that time. So thank you again for Indus coming to our
I'm not
sessions.
claiming this is the yeah. You may entirely experience in a different way. Yeah. So I'm open to that. So
Yes,
just
good. So Dhamma
just my personal
Dhamma is not
Okay.
fixed terms. Dhamma is,
Yeah.
happens everywhere, as long as you
Yeah.
have the wisdom to penetrate all the Dhamma. So thank you, all the people coming to
Okay.
these sections.
So
So we see
we
you on
can
next Sunday. Continue on. If Paul want to have sections on the coming
okay.
sessions
Let's
on
recite
Sunday.
our Dhamma
Yeah,
sharing. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna read it. May suffering ones
Be
be
suffering
suffering
free.
free, and
May
the
spirits
fearstruck
ones
fearless
be
be.
free. May the grieving
May the
share
grieving
all
share all
grief,
grief,
and may
and may
all beings
all beings find
believe.
relief.
May all
May
beings
all
share
beings
this
share this
merit
merit
that we
that
have
we
thus
have thus
acquired for
acquired
the
for the
acquisitions of
acquisition
all
of
kinds
all
of
kinds of
happiness.
happiness.
May beings
May being
inhabiting space
inhabiting
and earth,
space and earth,
Devas and
devas and
Nagas of
nagas of
mighty
mighty
power,
power,
share this
share this
merit
merit of
of
ours.
ours. May they long
May they
protect the
long protect
Buddha's
the Buddha's
dispensation.
dispensation.
Sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu. So next
Thank
week
you.
maybe Coral will be the one. Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
talk to Coral.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you
Have a
for
nice day.
attendance. Thank you.
All.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Sadhu,
Bye.
sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.